Hello, this is going to be my pitch or video essay, if you will, about Nando the movies I don't know how that grammar works. Nando's, there we go, one excellent scene. Wait 1 second because we are not using proper grammar because it looks cooler. There we go, one excellent scene. So my video essay, pitch, whatever you want to call it, is going to be about a famous X-Men comic from the late 80s, early 90s, I want to say, by Chris Claremont, and it is basically God Loves, Man Kills. Now, if you have never heard of God Loves, Man Kills, you've probably seen it in some form or fashion. Basically, X2 is based off of some of the events of God Loves, Man Kills, because that movie, as well as this, takes us, or accurately introduces us to a villain by the name of William Stryker. Now, if you are unfamiliar with who William Stryker is, he was in X2, but nowhere near the amount of, well, they actually toned him back a lot in X2, basically. And basically the backstory behind William Stryker and why he hates mutants was when he got back from his tour in, I want to say, Vietnam War, maybe, or somewhere before that. He and his wife were in a car accident, and his wife was given birth because of that accident. And when she gave birth to a mutant. Now, we don't know anything about that mutant or what his his powers were, because he murdered that child as he discovered it was a mutant. And then, when his wife asked to see said child, he murdered said wife. And because they were in the car accident, the car exploded, and miraculously he survived that experience. Now, he basically came to that realization that because he survived that experience, God wanted him to kill mutants. And he's a Christian, born and raised, and basically what he uses to his advantages, because he has no superpowers. He's not Apocalypse, he's not Magneto, he's not Dark Phoenix, he's not Mr. Sinister, he's not any of those guys. He doesn't have any powers. What he does have, and what he uses effectively, is fear. He uses fear to get his way. He basically turns the majority of the public against the X-Men by using fear, and basically saying these people, these mutants, are wrong, and most of them can just annihilate the human race as we see it. And he uses fear-mongering to basically get his way, get more power, and etc. Now, what William Stryker also has are the Purifiers. Now, the Purifiers are basically ran by William Stryker, and they are ruthless. They will go to the ends of the earth to murder mutants, to get rid of them, to purify them, to get them away. And if a mutant is with a human and that human tries to defend that mutant, the Purifiers will kill that human to then get to said mutant. So they will kill anyone in their way to kill that mutant. Now, I'm basically going to talk about the end of the comic book. I don't know why I was talking like that. Basically, I'm going to talk about the ending of God Loves, Man Kills and why I love it so much. There's no final battle, per se. There's no, like, big explosions, final battle, hooray, the heroes win. Well, the heroes do win, but not in, like, heroic ways. They actually do something pretty cool. Basically, they get into a live debate with William Stryker on live TV in front of a bunch of his followers and just a bunch of people in general. And basically, Cyclops starts to debate with William Stryker about basically, we could say that mutants are the next evolution. Whether you like it or not, mutants are the next generation, the next evolution in human evolution. So William Stryker then, because William Stryker is getting cornered by all the X-Men, he pulls out a gun, and basically he's still using fear to try and get his way. But the X-Men, they do nothing, because they realize that if they do something that will, if they kill William Stryker, he'll become a martyr, and that will basically suck for the X-Men. So he pulls out a gun on, I want to say, Kitty Pryde, or just the majority of the X-Men. No, I do want to say it's Kitty Pryde, because once he pulls the gun on Kitty Pryde, just a random police officer comes by and basically shoots William Stryker, and all the followers of William Stryker are like, "Whoa, that guy shot Mr. Stryker," and then the cop just plain out goes and says, "Hey, he was going to shoot a 15-year-old child on national television. Not happening." That cop is awesome. And basically, everyone goes like, "Well, aren't you going to arrest the X-Men?" And then the cop just goes, "Why would I? They've done nothing wrong here." So basically everything about this, it doesn't end in like a massive battle or massive explosions and excitement like a Michael Bay film. It ends with a debate and the X-Men basically cornering William Stryker, and then he panics. That's basically how this story ends. And I love it because it's so different from mostly all the other X-Men runs. It's different from really the rest of Claremont's run, even though most of his runs are political, and this one was very political. But it's different from Grant Morrison's run, it's different from Jonathan Hickman's run, it's different from Stan Lee's run, because a lot of them end in like battles and against Apocalypse, against Mr. Sinister, against Phoenix and Dark Phoenix and that stuff. But I love this one because it basically says you don't have to fight every time, you just have to debate and you can just talk it out. And when that other person basically fears you, in this case William Stryker, you just have to corner him. And then once he pulls a gun out on you and you do nothing, they'll see, the general public will see him for what he really is. He's just spouting nonsense. The X-Men never did anything wrong against him. He started it, and then the X-Men debated about it, and then he basically lost and then went to jail because he pulled a gun on a 15-year-old. So I love, God loves and kills for that reason, and also it made a compelling villain out of William Stryker. And the comic, not the comics, the movies never really went the extra mile with him, because what they basically did was they said that he was part of the military. Now in the comic, he was part of the military, but then he finished his tour, and they never really went the extra mile with him being like a follower of faith and God and all that stuff. They never really talked about that part. All they basically did was he was part of the military and he didn't like mutants, which is a okay villain, but if they went full comic William Stryker, yes, it'll piss off all the Christians, but it'll make a really more compelling villain because of William Stryker's basically hatred of mutants stemming from God, not just from something else. It was because he believed that God told him to kill mutants. That's why God loves William Stryker, and because William Stryker is a man, William Stryker kills mutants, basically. And that's my pitch for the God Loves Man Kills storyline. Thank you guys for watching my very first video, pitch, essay, whatever I decided to call it. This was my first time making a pitch, so if there's anything you guys would like changed, or if there's any critiques that you think I can improve on, please let me know. This was my first time doing it, I am going to plan on doing. I'm going to plan on doing one for the One Marvelous scene. I was late to that one when Nando decided to do it, but I was planning on doing it. But then the One X-Cellent scene came in, and I was like, I can do one for God Loves Man Kills. That seems pretty fair. But I am planning on doing one for the One Marvelous scene. Again, thank you guys for watching. You really didn't have to. Thank you for spending your time to watch it. And hopefully I come up with more videos soon. If you have any ideas of what I could make a video about, please let me know. Really open to doing any type of comic book movie or movies in general. I do want to take probably my YouTube channel into a more movie role, but I also like wrestling and a bunch of other things. So if you guys want to see videos about that, let me know. And again, thank you guys for watching.